So while you're deciding all of this, I am going to write your guideline on how many layers. So a layer key, a layer key. So we can probably leave this white. If you don't want to leave this white, then you can do one layer for the ear or for the white part if you want. But I definitely would do at least 2 layers for your mouth. So mouth equals 2 layers. Okay. And, ooh, yeah, your horns here. Horn equals at least 1 layer. Okay. Black areas, I would do at least 3 or 4 layers. I am going to do a side diagonal hatch. When I say side diagonal, I'm literally going to go from side to side to side to side with my hand. You decide what you want to do. I'm going to sketch in my spots. So the white spot here, the shine, the highlight, don't worry about putting anything in that area. I'm literally going to do, since I am going to have a background, I might do 2 layers of ink for my mouth. Because I'm doing a background. If you're doing a background, you kind of want that mouth to be a little bit darker than the grass, right? So we're really going to have to get that to stand out. But I'm going to wait for a minute. I'm just putting in my singular layer here. I'm not going to make that judgment call until I actually have my background put in place. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I'm like, we've been doing so much realism lately. It's like, let's bebop into the cartoon. I like to take a break here and there. It's so fun to learn both. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Teacher's got to turn her fan on. Oh my goodness, so hot. It's like 83 degrees up in here. So I'm literally just adding 1 layer all the way across all of my items before I even continue or think about moving further. Let's erase my nose mark. I'm going to add a background. I'm going to add some water here. So my layer back here is going to at least, my grass is at least going to get 1 layer of ink. That's why I'm thinking about doing 2 layers for my nose. It all depends on what you're doing in your background. If you're leaving your background white, which I highly recommend you put something in there to kind of make it your own artwork, then you might not need the 2 layers. If you're doing like a hill like me, just stretch out your lines, kind of vary the way in which your pen, like change the way that which your pen stops. Like maybe your pen stops down here and then on your next stroke maybe it ends up here. It will really help you avoid ink gathering in one spot like I have right here. And right here. It will really help you avoid that. So just, and you want it loosey-goosey, nice and light. I'm literally just holding it between my fingertips here and just wiggling my wrist around. I'm trying not to apply any pressure here. Well, not a lot of pressure, but you know what I mean. For the water, I'm actually going to do a different shading style. So that's why I'm not going over the water just yet. Actually, what the heck? Why not? Let's do our water. I'm going to do one layer all the way across. And then I'll add an additional layer here. Bear with me. Oh, my wrist is starting to get sore. Or my elbow. If you need to turn your paper a little bit to give you some more leeway, feel free. Nice and light, loosey-goosey. And since my hill here is back there, I'm going to put it, whatever, I'm going to just go the same way. I was thinking about doing a crosshatch back here, but nope, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to add my second layer. Second layer is going to be in the mouth. And I'm literally going to go in the opposite direction. See that? Anywhere where I have like a dark, dark, dark black, I'm going to add a second layer to that one too. We're going to build, like building blocks. Right? Right now it doesn't look like it's popping very well, but it will. It will. Just give it time. Wait until you put your layer number 3 in there. You'll really see it pop. I'm going in the opposite direction. This is crosshatch. It's really going to help me cover some of those white spots to make this area a little bit darker, right? Alright, I established that I wanted to keep my horns at one layer, so I'm not going to do anything with my horns, but I am going to color in this ear and do a crosshatch. Now, I want my lake or my puddle to be, I think, lighter. So I am going to add 2 layers to this hill. And then I will leave my lake alone. And then you'll see my lake start to pop out. In fact, let me show you. Here's layer number 2. You can start to see my lakes popping out here. See it? Boop. That's why I said it all depends on what your background is, what layer your background is. That's why it's always important to work across your piece, because you just don't know. You don't know if it's going to change or not. Be like water, my friend. Water. Okay, so I'm kind of digging what I have here. I kind of like it. So I'm going to stick with 2 layers for my first hill. Since my second hill is kind of going back into space and I'm not seeing it very well, I'm going to leave that just 1 layer. So it's less intense than hill number 1. Hill number 2 is going to be a little bit lighter. We call that atmospheric perspective. Things start getting lighter and lighter as they move back. Less intense, less detail, less brightness, less contrast. I kind of want my cow to stand out. So I'm going to add 1 more layer to my cow mouth. I really don't want my cow mouth to kind of get confused with my hill. if I were to take an eraser to my artwork, I want the viewer to see the actual shape of my cow mouth. So that's why I'm adding one more layer. You decide if you want your cow mouth to be lighter than your hill, or if you want your cow mouth to be a little bit darker. I want mine to be a little bit darker, so that's why I'm adding here. Oh no. I think my pen's starting to leak a bit. You can kind of see the ink gathering over here. Hopefully it doesn't explode all over my drawing. That would be really bad. Alright, it's time to add our second layer to our spots. Or maybe, nope, our third layer. It looks like our third layer. It's time to add that to our spots. And you'll notice that some of your white is starting to disappear inside your spot. Kind of first started looking like a crosshatch pattern here. Now it's starting to look more like a dark spot. I'm going to add the line around my eye. Kind of forgot about that. Same thing with my nose. There we go. So that way if I erase, I can tell where everything's at. Alright, I want my spots to be darker than my mouth, right? So let's kind of add one more layer to just our spots, or wherever we see black, like pitch black, right? Let's kind of establish that darkness. Little lines in my horn, gonna add those. Little eyebrows, they're so cute. You know what? I want this ear to be black too. So for my flower, I kind of added kind of like a swirly kind of, you know, in the in my petals. You decide what you want, but this is what I did. I got little swirlies. There we go. And then the center is just going to be black. Totally up to you. Your choice. Alright. I think it'd be kind of cool to have, like, what, a fence? I mean, he's on a farm, right? Yeah, I think that's cool. I do the side diagonal hatch with the fence, too. I'm not really going to worry about it being a perfect looking fence. I mean, my cow looks kind of crazy, right? So I don't think it's got to be perfect here. It's okay. We're all human. We're all different. Nothing wrong with that. The last step for this piece is to kind of figure out where you want to add some contrast. Add an additional shadow to the area to help make that pop. I want my first hill, my front hill, to kind of pop away from my second hill. So I am going to add a really soft layer of shadow to help emphasize that.